Here's why you need a fitness coach if you're someone who's serious about getting in good shape. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Chris and I'm an online fitness coach for women. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why you should have a fitness coach. And if you're serious about it, why should you consider it? All right, so getting right into it. Why should you hire a fitness coach? And in today's video, it's not just going to be about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you in general, just hiring a fitness coach, or maybe even, I wouldn't say personal trainer, and I'll tell you why. I would say hiring a fitness coach. Now, you are someone who's trying to get in shape, right? You're watching this video because you're someone that's trying to get in shape. You don't know what you're doing. And I think the first thing we have to understand is that you don't know what you're doing, which is totally fine. But now we need to understand what it is we need to do to get to your goal. So let's say you're someone that's trying to lose 30 pounds. The question becomes, how do you lose 30 pounds, right? Because you want to lose the 30 pounds in the best way possible, and then you want to keep it off, right? So now the question is, how do you lose 30 pounds? And it's going to be three things: nutrition, training, and you need a game plan, right? Nutrition, training, game plan. I might even swap that out for a mindset, right? Nutrition, training, and mindset. Because the game plan is going to come down to your nutrition and your training, and then it's mindset. Those are the three factors that I typically go by, right? So now the question is, to lose the 30 pounds, what is the nutrition plan? What is the training plan? And what is the mindset we're going to have towards this, right? And typically the mindset is obviously going to be something positive, but it has to now change as far as how you look at food and how you look at training, right? Because now let's start with training, right? How many sets and reps are you going to do? You want to ask yourself that. How many sets and reps are you going to do? Do you know what sets and reps are, right? And then you want to ask yourself, what exercises are you going to do? Is it at home? Is it at the gym? How many exercises per muscle? Is it an upper body versus lower body? Is it a muscle split? Is it a push-pull legs? How often are you doing that throughout the week? How long should the workouts be? 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour? How do you know you're training hard enough? You know, how do you know you're not going to injure yourself? How much weight should you lose? All these questions come into play when you're thinking about losing weight, because you have to do the training and you have to do the nutrition. So when you ask yourself this, it's very, very easy to make the wrong mistake, to make the wrong decision, and then potentially get yourself hurt, or maybe even get so frustrated where you're doing it and you put in so much effort, but you're not seeing no changes. And that can get very, very frustrating. That's why you hire a fitness coach. And the reason why I would say not hire a personal trainer, which I used to be one, is because that personal trainers don't always do nutrition. Now, if you have one that does nutrition, great. But I also say don't do personal training, because you have to always meet your trainer just to work out. And you don't want to be so glued to having to see your trainer just to work out, to the point where now you don't even work out because their schedule was busy for the week, your schedule was busy for the week. And I've had that sometimes where I'm training my clients, and the week was so crazy they can't meet me. And then also, when I think about from the perspective of personal training and online fitness coaching, personal training is way more expensive. You gotta pay per session or for a package of training with your trainer every single time you wanna work out. With fitness coaching, you can work out as many times as you want within the realm of what the fitness coach gives you, and not have to pay for every time you wanna work out. Like, imagine that. And that's why I didn't do personal training when I was younger, because I couldn't afford it. When I was a broke college student, I could not afford personal training. And I just try to do my research and understand what it was I had to do to actually get myself in really, really good shape. So I just would basically just, read books and go on videos and watch the bigger guys in the gym and see what they were doing. And anyone that was willing to talk to me, a young college student with no money, anyone who was willing to talk to me, great. But I always did my research too online, and I always read books. So I was constantly go read books and figure out what the bigger guys was doing, because clearly they were doing something right? So, So you need to have someone help you with your training, and that's one. Next, you need someone to help you with your nutrition. And nutrition is such a bigger scope. Like, it's so many questions you can ask. I always say when it comes to training, it's a lot easier. It's not necessarily easy for everyone, but it's easier because you think, go to the gym, lift weights, do some cardio, at least go be active. We know that at least, right? Go be active. But when it comes to nutrition, it's what type of diet should I go for? Because every time you turn around, there's like a new diet in trend, and you don't know if you should be doing this diet or not. But what I will say is that, as you guys know, for me, I'm very, very big on counting calories, because every diet comes back to count calories. Keto, intermittent fasting, if you go vegan, if you're doing a carnivore diet, low carb, high fat, whatever the case may be, it always comes back to calories. It's never gonna not be calories, because everything we eat, all food has calories. So once you just put yourself in a deficit You can have whatever type of diet you want. What really comes down to losing weight is being in a deficit. So I always say track calories and don't neglect any of the 3 macronutrients because we need all of them, right? Some may be higher or lower, but they all play a vital role within our bodies, right? So you want to ask yourself how many calories you need, right? What is the calorie deficit, maintenance, surplus? How do you know you're in one? Where should your carbs, fats, and protein be? What's the percentages? Is it in a healthy place? If you feel tired this day, what does that mean? Is it the sleep? Is it the calories? What's going on? You know, if something's making you bloated, probably don't eat that. What are the best foods for protein? There's so many questions that you can ask. Should you eat at night? Should you eat carbs at night? Which is typically something people believe they shouldn't eat carbs, period. Or they shouldn't eat at night, which that's debatable. And you want to change all that. And a fitness coach will help you change that way of thinking because carbs are not the enemy. You can have carbs. I have carbs all the time. Actually, if it's someone who wants to build muscle, you should be having carbs. And even when it comes to losing weight, still, because it's the body's main fuel source of energy. So you don't want to you don't want to neglect that, right? So when it comes to having a nutrition program, you want to make sure that someone can guide you. Because the last thing you want to do is put in all this effort and then you see no results, right? That scale is going to go up and down. But you want to make sure you're moving in the right direction, right? And that's what comes with mindset. This will get hard at some point and it will get difficult and you won't really know if you're moving in the right direction. A fitness coach will assure you that you're doing that, right? And when you learn how to, and for me, at least for my clients, I don't just tell them, okay, this is what we're doing. I explain why we're doing what we're doing, so now you understand. So in the future, you may say to yourself, I know how to lose weight. I know how this works, right? And I want everyone to understand how their body operates, right? You know how many sets of reps you can do for this weight, for that weight. You know you like this exercise more. You know that you can eat this many calories and lose weight. You know you can handle this low of calories and still lose weight, but you can't go no lower. You know that you can have 2,000 calories and still be good and still be good to the point where you're not gaining weight, which you were scared to eat 2,000 before because you thought, oh shoot, I'm gonna gain weight. So it's learning more about your body and not being in this way of thinking of being scared of food. And when it comes to hiring a fitness coach, it's either one or two things. You can hire a coach and move faster, and obviously you gotta pay, or you can do this by yourself and wonder and guess and move slower and possibly not even get there. So when it comes to losing 30 pounds, it always comes down to nutrition, training, and it's always your mindset. So if you're someone who's trying to do that, that's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself. And even for me, having my business, I had a mentor too, and I still have a mentor to this day. So when it comes to just accomplishing anything, right, fitness goals or anything you have, any like type of goals, you typically need a mentor or coach who's been there to help you do that. So for someone who may say, Chris, I'd rather do it on my own, perfect. Do it on your own, give it a shot. But if you see that it's not working, then it's time to hire somebody. And I'm big on hiring mentors and having that because obviously there's always something we all don't know. So once you know it, now you can move faster. So what I would say is make sure you look at the person you're about to hire. Make sure they have some type of testimonials, some type of results that they help people, right? Make sure they look the part too. I am big on fitness coaches or personal trainers being in good shape because it's like if you live in this healthy lifestyle, you want to see it, right? Do your research and make sure that they are someone that you want to work with, also their personalities. And like I said, this doesn't have to be me, but if you're someone who's still stuck, like it's been a year, it's been 6 to 12 months and you don't have the results you want, you should probably hire somebody because you will move a whole lot faster. And yes, I know if it's like a struggling time for most people financially, then fine, don't do it. But find the easiest way you can now, get the help and still pay if you can do a cheaper option. Because if you're someone who's serious about getting in shape, a fitness coach is gonna lead you in the right direction and you won't be frustrated anymore. Some people try to lose weight for so long that they start to think that something's wrong with their metabolism. They start thinking it's their age, which those things could play a role, but it's probably not. They start thinking it's their hormones. Some people even think it's their gender, which is like crazy because men and women both lose weight. I don't get that. But they start thinking so many things because they're saying to themselves, I should be losing weight. And what I do sometimes with my clients, I say, why do you think you should be losing weight right now? What do you think you're doing? Because sometimes a lot of us do a lot of work and then it's like, but we're not working in the right direction. Like eating healthy and eating for weight loss is not the same thing. You can eat healthy and maybe your health is getting better, but you're not losing weight. And sometimes we kind of think it's the same thing, but it's not. Eating healthy and eating for weight loss is not the same thing. You could be eating healthier food, but you may not be losing weight because you're not putting yourself in a deficit. So maybe you stopped all the junk food, but your weight hasn't changed. and maybe you're not lifting weights. A lot of people sometimes are scared to lift weights. And when it comes to building muscle, you have to lift weights. So these are just some of the benefits you guys want to think about when it comes to getting a coach. As I mentioned, you're probably watching this video saying, Chris, are you trying to tell us to hire you? No, I'm not saying hire me. I'm saying hire somebody if this is important to you, because it doesn't make sense to go slow or to never get there at all when you could go faster and be more guaranteed to get there because you have someone that's already been there, right? And if you don't get there, you just can feel frustrated and you may never get there. And then that's like a loss because you definitely could have got there. Whether you're 30, 40, or 50 years old, you can lose weight, you can build muscle. The older you are, it could be more difficult, but it's not that you can't get there. There are people who are older in very, very good shape, fit over 40, and fit at 50 for men and women, right? And for some of them, they've been training for a long time, but for some of them, they could have started late and still got there. You can get in really, really good shape within 6 to 12 months if you dial in your nutrition and your training and you're consistent. Most of the times, people can get in good shape if they're just not consistent enough. And for you that's watching this video, if you're serious about this, you just have to be consistent. When you have your days where you don't want to work out, you're like reason why for working out wasn't strong enough. Because if it was strong enough, you would have done it. I always tell people, think about having a lot of money in your savings account and you not working out and being told if you don't work out, we're gonna take half that money in your savings account. You're gonna probably work out because the pain of losing half your savings account is not fun. So you're gonna work out and you need to have urgency. When you have urgency and you have a strong reason why, you're going to work out. So when it comes to getting a fitness coach, you wanna make sure you have nutrition, training, and mindset. And it's always better to hire someone to guide you so you don't feel like you're overwhelmed doing so much, questioning, am I doing the right thing? You can basically take all your worries and put it on the coach and not have to worry too much because you say, okay, my coach is gonna guide me and tell me if I'm doing something wrong, tell me if this is healthy, if this is not healthy. I had a client one time, and this is not like a terrible thing. I had a client ask me about, if calories are good or bad. And I said, no, there's no such thing as good or bad calories, but I understood what they meant. They meant healthy food and unhealthy food. So I guess it was to them, they was thinking to themselves, oh, is it like good and bad calories, But calories are calories, it's not good and bad calories. But where they come from can be a healthy option or unhealthy option. Typically meaning there's a lot of sugar in this, it's a lot of sodium, right? And you typically just want lean proteins throughout the day. And carbs is never really the enemy. That's one thing too. And that's something that you can learn from your fitness coach. So with all that being said, one thing I want you to get away from this video is that you need a fitness coach if you're someone that's been training for 6 to 12 months and you have not seen the results you wanted to see. If you're happy where you are, then fine, you do not need a coach. But if you are trying to reach some very intense goals, like you want to lose, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, you're going to need a coach to guide you because when you drop your calories, you don't know what to do. How fast should you go up? How much should you go up? And you want to focus on nutrition more than anything else because training, that's going to take care of itself. Just keep working out and increase the volume, increase the weight. You can keep the sets and the reps the same, but increase the weight and just be consistent. That's why for me, when I'm coaching my clients, we don't change exercises so much. We change the nutrition, and then with the exercises, we do make the weight a bit more heavy, 5 to 10 pounds. Because once we're living heavier, right, it's a lot better for building muscle. But typically, the exercise don't really have to change. We just gotta make sure we're consistently lifting weights, working out, doing cardio, but making sure we're hitting our calorie goals. It's always the calories and the protein. So when it comes to fitness coaching, it's gonna take you a long way because you learn about nutrition more than you would if you had a personal trainer. To double back on personal training, obviously for those of you that do know, I used to be a personal trainer, but when it comes to personal training, the thing is, what I didn't like, which it was probably best for me, but I didn't like, and I might have said this already in the video, is that as a personal trainer, your clients has to pay for every session. So every time you have to work out, you have to pay your trainer to work out. And I think that if you could just have someone guide you and they could work out on their own, they don't have to pay you every single time. So typically you have to pay your trainer every time you want to work out, or you have to buy a package, which you're still paying for a package, you're paying for a session just to work out with them. And it's that you can just work out and just be guided. Because most people just needs to be guided. They don't really need to have a trainer in the gym with them. And it's hard to schedule having that trainer and that client meet up when you think it's like a busy week for both of them. And it's like, when can we meet? And you try and match up schedules. That's always a lot more hard. Also, what I realized with personal training and fitness coaching, a lot of my clients do better online than the clients I've ever had in person because we focus on nutrition and they build up this habit of working out, not feeling like they need me by their side to go work out. And that's always good because now they work up a habit of working out consistently, not feeling like, okay, my trainer's not here, I don't have to work out. Now they know, no, you still have to work out because you have someone holding you accountable from a distance. So the good thing about my program is that I speak to my clients very, very often to where I'm gonna see if they're working out or not from the app that I have them on, and we're gonna talk, and they know if we're gonna talk, they have to say what's been going on, and I already see what's been going on. So it's like, hey, what's going on right now? Working out. So it's that accountability that keeps you in check. And if you're serious about this, you're gonna do it because you know that someone's watching you. And you gotta understand, you and your coach want the same thing. You both want the same thing, which is for you to get in good shape. So that's always gonna go a long way. So with all that being said, those are the reasons why I think you should get a fitness coach. And it doesn't have to be me, right? Scope out anyone else, because of the fitness, the fitness, the nutrition, and the mindset, because you need all that. And most people need to change their mindset around food and training, because sometimes with social media, they tell us to be scared of food and calories and carbs, and don't drink that and don't eat that because this is bad and this is too much cholesterol. And it kind of gives you so much information, you get overloaded, and you're just like, wait, what's real and what's not? And a fitness coach will be able to guide you in the right direction, as opposed to doing it on your own and messing up. So I hope this video helps. Until next time, guys,